Hey, what's up? It's Comic 95 the Savior, and for this video, I just want to talk about why it's so important to choose a partner that you really love, excuse me, and not to be worried about what other people think about you or your partner. And I think it's really, really easy for us to get so wrapped up in what do people think about my partner? What do people think about my relationship? Do they find them attractive? What do they think about their race, their nationality, their face, their body, their height, their background? Just there's so many things for us to worry about and think about. And I want to tell you, don't care what other people think, but to a certain degree, no, you do care. We should care. And it's not because we should, because it's a good thing, but it's human nature. It goes against what we're designed to do. We do care about what other people think about us. That does totally make sense. But you shouldn't care about what people think to the point where you end up depriving yourself of good things and happiness. And so when it comes to that, then yes, you do need to, shut out the noise and just ignore other people. The reality is that when you're in an interracial relationship, especially when you're married, people are going to have opinions. People are going to have things to say about you and your partner. People are going to say and do hurtful and harmful things to you. They're going to do things that embarrass you and or your partner. And that's why you have to just really make sure you're grounded with each other. You love each other and you don't care about what other people have to say about you and your love. You know how good your partner makes you feel and how special they are to you. And that's all that ultimately matters. And it's definitely easier said than done, but it's something I definitely have to learn to do. And I think back to old relationships that I had, and to be honest, one of my exes that I treated the absolute worst. I remember having an ex of mine that I honestly felt embarrassed to be seen out in public with. I felt that he looked too old for me. I felt that he was too fat. Just keeping it real with you, again, I had to grow. And this guy was super romantic. He'd buy me anything that I wanted. He treated me really well, but I just didn't feel comfortable with him because I was afraid of what other people thought. And I could see what other people thought when we were together, just walking together. And so because of this, I didn't give him the love that he deserved. I was a bad girlfriend to him in that regard. And likewise, because I was so worried about what other people thought, I couldn't enjoy my relationship with him. And so fast forward to today, of course, I'm not trying to brag, keeping it real, I upgraded, but at the same time, I can also be real with myself. And I also want to add that my partner was also short back then too. He was taller than me, but short. I want to add that it's not just about what your partner looks like, but how they treat you. There's a lot of cute looking couples, but are people that look good together but aren't really happy together. People that look happy together but aren't cute together. And I will say it over and over again, I would much rather be the couple that doesn't look cute together but they're happy together. And it took me losing everything to learn that is what I truly wanted. I was blessed having a partner that does look good and has stuff together, but at the same time, even if I were to get a divorce or something crazy would happen to me in the future, I would be okay with dating somebody that I truly loved and have it not be wrapped around based around looks. And it's not that looks don't matter, because we do need to be sexually attracted to our partner, but rather, if looks are going to matter, they need to matter to you and not what other people think. If you find your partner handsome, they're handsome. You think she's beautiful, she's beautiful. Don't worry about what other people think, because when you're so focused on what they think, your partner is going to see that in you, and they're going to feel self-conscious. They're going to not feel like you don't really love them, because it's going to be questionable. Do you love and care about the opinions of other people more than you care about your partner's feelings and more about them as a person? And so don't miss out on good opportunities, good dates, good people, because you're too wrapped up in what other people think. I'm not telling you to lower your standards or not to like tall men or not to like muscular men or, fit, slim women. That's not what I'm telling you. But I am telling you to think about what you like and not what society is telling you to like and or to want. In fact, I can even use myself. I don't honestly know my husband's thoughts on this because I have never asked him, to be honest. As of the recording of this video, and I guess I will ask him eventually, but I don't feel like I need to know. I know that prior to dating and or meeting me, by Japanese standards, my husband probably never considered dating an Asian woman of my complexion. My skin is viewed as being dirty, dark, undesirable, and of a poor woman here in Japan. It's a different culture. So it took my husband thinking outside of the box, not viewing me from, through a Japanese lens, and viewing me as myself, as a black woman, as an American woman, as a foreigner, and seeing the beauty in me aside from what his culture teaches, aside from what society and media teaches you, but seeing that I'm beautiful in my own way as a black woman. And it's because of that our relationship does work. If my husband were to decide, oh my God, I can't be seen, with a dark skinned woman, I can't be seen with a fat girl, anything else like that, I wouldn't have this relationship. I'm not telling you to not work on yourself or change things that you can. Of course, you should want to make your partner happy. If you know that your partner likes certain things, and of course, losing weight, becoming healthier are good things to do. And I personally do that for my own partner and for my own health too. It's all a whole nother story. But of course, it should always come from you doing it for yourself and not doing it because your partner is telling you to do it, but you doing it because you want them to be happy, because you want to be healthy, etc. So it's all a whole nother story. I'm not going to get into that for this video, but I do want to say, don't let your friends and family members joke and laugh at you for dating outside your race. And these same people not be married. These same people be, playing baby mama, baby daddy, be uneducated, etc. People will knock things that they wish they had for themselves. And not even just a matter of like idolizing dating outside your race, but just being married, period. There's a lot of people that have bitter, ignorant things to say about my marriage and relationship, but they've never been married before. They probably never will get married before. And so you have to think to yourself, are you going to let the opinions of people that you don't know, you barely know, and or maybe you know very well, but they don't even have something for you to be jealous of. They don't have what you want. They haven't been where you're trying to get to. Are you really going to let them control, manipulate, and dictate what you're going to do? It just wouldn't make any sense. And so with that said, date who you want to. Marry who you want to because you want to. Not because your friends, your mom, or someone else suggested. It's your life. And at the end of the day, when you come home at night, it's not going to matter if your husband is 6 feet tall, if he's an a-hole to you, he doesn't take care of you, he doesn't listen to you, he doesn't buy you anything, he's not intimate with you. Why do I care about strangers googly eye, Googling after my husband? Oh my God, I wish I had him. Oh my God, he's so fine. Why do I care about what you think about him when I know that deep down in my heart and in my mind, I'm not having my needs fulfilled. I'm not being, met where I need to be met. I'm not being taken care of. I'm not feeling the intimacy that I desire. I'm not getting the romance that I desire, that I want in my relationship. Why do I care about what I look like to people that don't have my best interests, people that don't love me, don't care about me? Why do I care about them feeling jealous, envying me, or wanting to have what I do? Why do I care? I have a long history of dating the host looking guys, the anime looking guys as I call them, the guys that, look perfect, that have, the hairspray, the makeup, they kind of look kind of feminine, just keep it real, look like women. I have a history of dating the pretty boy type, the metrosexuals as they call them. And you want to know what I had in common with all of those guys? None of them treated me well. None of them wanted a serious relationship with me. None of them were serious about me. But I was so fascinated with the fact this guy's tall. Some of these guys didn't even have, big enough, to please me in bed. Weren't even good at going down on you. Didn't even bother to go down on you. Just want to have their stuff sucked. Weren't even fair with sex. And with that said, I was so busy focusing on choosing someone that not only appealed to me, but more importantly, being honest, old me, I cared more about what you thought. I cared more about what social media thought. I cared more about what Japan thought. I wanted other people to look at me and feel jealous of me. I wanted other people to look at us and be like, wow, you married well. I didn't feel comfortable dating the unattractive guy, the short guy, the average guy, whatever, not because I was so wrapped up in these things, but because society made me this way. And so don't get me wrong, it's human nature for us as women to like tall guys. I'd be lying to you to say that I don't like him. One of the qualities that I love about my husband, yes, I love the fact that he's tall, but at the same time, I have to admit, even when I was dating guys that I would find to be okay, for me, my standard was at least be taller than me. But being honest, I find it more attractive if you're at least average height for a man by US standards and are taller, which means about 5'10" and up, you're good. So with that said, I dated guys that were 5'6", 5'7", 5'5", 5'3", which is shorter than I am. Things like that. And so, of course, I find tall men attractive, but I was willing to date shorter men. But then it was like, was I really willing to? Because when I would go out in public with these dudes, I wouldn't be comfortable. I wouldn't feel confident. I liked older men, but if a guy looked like he was too much older than me, I didn't feel comfortable, confident. Even though this guy wasn't that much older than me, he was in his 30s. But even trying to say he was in his early 30s, actually, 33 years old. But I didn't feel comfortable because I noticed that people were looking at me, how they were judging me. And the reality is, people are going to judge you, look at you anyway, regardless of who you're with, what you're doing, etc. Do what you want to do in life and make yourself happy. Quit worrying about what other people think in that regard. It's okay to care to an extent about how you present yourself to others, but allowing your worry, your anxiety of what other people care or think about, to consume you and stop you from finding love and happiness and getting married and having children and being successful in life is not a good thing. It is ridiculous, and it does take time to work on adjusting the way you think, but you have to change that if you want to be happy or successful in life. Because people will trick you out of the things that you really want, desire, and deserve. That's reality. So many people that say, oh my God, don't date this guy, don't do whatever. And the same people will turn around and they will gladly accept that proposal. They will gladly accept that relationship. They will gladly have, this person's baby, get this job, whatever. Things they're trying to keep you from doing, they will gladly accept and do for themselves. So make sure that, whatever you do, you're doing it for you. You like tall men? Great. Do it for you and not for other people. You like short girls? Great. Do it for you and not for other people. You like whatever? Do it for you and not for other people. And don't be ashamed of who you're with. Because the reality is, if you feel like your partner is unattractive, you feel like they're not enough, then do them a favor and leave them. Because it's a disservice for you to feel like you're settling for this partner. For you to feel like, yeah, you're going to date them, you're going to marry them just to be married, but I feel a little bit embarrassed to be seen with you. Do them a favor because they deserve true love. They deserve a partner that really understands them, really wants them, really loves them unconditionally, and not just because they're 6 feet tall. Not just because they are hot enough. Because the reality is, while yes, these things do matter, sexual attraction is important, it's also important to have a good heart, a good personality to be taken care of. Because I can promise you, out of all the pretty boys that I dated, I always felt empty. I never walked away from a relationship with one of these guys feeling loved. I never went home at night feeling good. I never slept with them and truly felt fulfilled. I always felt that I was putting on a performance, pretending to be happy to other girls, pretending to be happy online, pretending to be something that I truly just was not. You can find people that check off the boxes on your list. You can, within reason. But make sure those boxes that you're checking off are all for you and not to please other people. So that's it for this video. All I want to say is, people are gonna, they're gonna judge you. You're dating interracially. It's different. It's weird. It's new, especially as a black woman, black person, period, but such as black woman. Where black men are more likely to date outside the race, any of the race. Not trying to get on you all, just being real. It's more rare for black women to date outside the race. We generally only like black men. But it's another story. And likewise, we're also at the bottom of the dating pool too. So there's a double full issue. So it's the same thing with Asians. Asians generally prefer Asian women, and they're also at the bottom of the dating pool. So I wonder if that has something to do with it. I don't know. But anyway, long story short, all I gotta say is this. Date who you want to. Be with who you want to and be happy with them. Unapologetically be yourself. And it's hard to do it first, but just don't worry about what other people think. Recognize the fact that the same people that are laughing at you, teasing you, etc., they're going to be lonely. They're going to die by themselves. They're going to be sad. They're going to spend Valentine's Day alone. They're going to have a partner that looks good, might be taller than yours, might look more handsome than your partner. But do they treat them as good as yours do? Probably not. So keep that in mind whenever you feel jealous or envious of whatever somebody else has. I gave you guys an example before how I was envious of this girl. I went to school, and I hate to give this example because I know she's probably watching my channel because she has watched it before. But I'm going to say it again. I felt that I wanted to be her until I found out that she was actually in a really bad relationship, and they ended up getting a divorce. And then it was like, did I really envy this person? I did in the moment because I thought that she had a better life than she really did. She presented herself as one way online when in actuality she was hurting in her relationship. She was being cheated on. She was being abused. She was not being loved. Who cares if your man is tall, he's handsome, he's whatever, when he treats you like trash? So I'm done with this video. That's all for now. Please leave a comment down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to check out my YouTube channel's homepage. I have tons of playlists on dating, studying, living, working in Japan. You can also send me an email with any questions that you may have. I've probably already answered them here on my YouTube channel though, so please check out my YouTube channel's playlist. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Comic95. I have a Snapchat and TikTok at Comic the Savior, and a Facebook fan page at Comic95 the Savior. And yeah, that's all for now. So thank you so much for listening, and thank you for watching.